Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the channel. We've been gone for a long time. However, we are back. We're back on the grind. We are in a new home, as you can see behind me. So, getting adjusted to things still, but it's coming along well. Now, let's go over today's patch notes. Today's patch notes is we have a Palworld 1.0 cinematic trailer. We're going to go over that. We're going to see what's new with Palworld. Seems like every time I stop playing this fucking game, they're just like, hey, here's another free update. Then we're going to go over the biggest news of the day. That is Asha Sharma put out a post about the restructure of Xbox. Big topic stuff there. Next, we're going to be going over, I don't know why I had to reload that. Anyway, we are going to be going over IGN getting their hands on preview of The Blood of Dawnwalker. I am looking forward to this game. I hope it's good, and I hope IGN fucks it up so they can lose even more internet value. Next, I don't know why it's having to reload all of these tabs when I had them all already loaded. That's so fucking annoying. If that's a new thing with Edge, I'm going to stop using it so fast. Anyway, going away from that, we have Apex Legends X Cyberpunk event trailer. And I think if I saw correctly, the event drops on my birthday, which is fucking sick, dude. And finally, we're going to be going over one of my favorite games of all time. For a Dragon Ball nerd like me, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 was the best Dragon Ball game to come out in like the past 15 fucking years. So, it is seriously one of a kind game. They're working on 3, but we finally have the final DLC for Xenoverse 2. So if you're wanting to check this game out, feel free to jump in and get into it if you're a Dragon Ball fan, because you can actually play through it in its entirety now. I think today was the day. No, it drops tomorrow. Tomorrow, the final update for the game drops, and there'll be nothing else after this. After this, the game is dead. So, let's begin with Palworld 1.0. Let me adjust my camera here real quick. Should I get a little like retro TV to put like a border around my cam? I think that'd be kind of sick. I'd have to figure out how to like clip it together though, so then I can like move it around. That'd be, soft tangent. All right, Palworld 1.0. Let's get it. Cinema. Ooh. I hit F. Listen, I haven't recorded in a while, all right? Y'all give me a break. I need it. Okay. Hell yeah. What? Shenron? Oh, hell yeah. Damn! No way! There's no way they added a sword fin tuna into the game, and then you literally rip its head off to pull the interdimensional sword that is within its body. That is essentially its spine. Oh my god, dude. Power World is such the GOAT, man. It's insane how much Power World just absolutely mogs Pokemon. That's so nuts. That's so cool, dude. It's so creative. Oh, shit. Nice. Oh, it's got the tuna fucking just absolutely KO'd. That's so funny. Wait, are they finally opening up the World Tree? Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, there's so much going on in July, dude. I have so much to go over and so much to catch up on. Oh my god. Bro, I have no time. I have no time for this shit, bro. I have a wedding to go to at the end of the month, man. What the fuck? God damn, bro. Yo, I gotta get Power World back. I have to download Power World again so I can start playing it. Oh my god. I have to get caught up on all the new content. It's so insanely good. All right, that is POW World, July 10th. Here in just a few days, 1.0 drops, and I am excited. Moving on from POW World, we have to talk about what is going on with Xbox. Asha Sharma is the Grim Reaper of DEI programs and all this bloat that Xbox has been doing. Funnily enough, before all the PlayStation people jump in, Sony just recently did the same thing. They are gutting every fucking management, every fucking. It is insane the amount of job openings that have come open out of just straight up just gutting people. Just gutting out the fat, right? The games industry is finally healing. It is the year of the chud, is what I keep seeing circled around the internet. Which I'm assume I qualify as a chud because like I've been against a lot of this bullshit for so long. What the frick, man? My fucking circle's not putting out any flavor. There it goes. Weird. Alright. Anyway. Xbox. I have always been, well, not always, but my timeline. If I were to break down if I were to break down my timeline for consoles starts with the Nintendo, and we're not talking handhelds here, we're just talking consoles. The Nintendo 64 was my first console. That was my first console and will always be a goated console in my mind. It was so good. I was never a Super Nintendo kid. I was never like I never had a Sega. I never had an Atari. I never fucking, had any of those. The Nintendo 64 was my first exposure to video games, and it will always have a special place in my heart. Moving on from the Nintendo 64, there's a big portion of my life I was not always like a big gamer. A big portion of my life was like there was no games, no anime, no fucking card games, nothing. So moving on from the Nintendo 64, the second time that I got into video games, I jumped in on the PlayStation. I gotta butcher that. The PlayStation 2 Silver Edition. That was the second console I ever actually was my console that I played on. It was the PlayStation 2 Silver. Moving on from that, I did have a short stint, right, where I was on the PlayStation 3. Now, I barely count this one because I traded my PlayStation 3 for the Xbox 360. The reason why was because PlayStation, at this time especially, was still very much like it was not multiplayer friendly, right? Xbox back then was massive with Halo, with Gears of War. It was like the new kid on the block, and it was trying to make a name for itself, and it did that very well. I was lucky. I was never one to have to deal with the red ring of death. My console never had a problem, and I probably due to the I wasn't like a huge gamer, so I wasn't like spending a lot of time on there, which I know is not exactly why, but these consoles, the reason why the red ring happened was because they were overheating, and it was not like I didn't play it enough for that to happen. So again, I was still not in my quote unquote gamer era, right? So I had a lot of fun with the Xbox 360. Moving on from that, I did stick with Xbox ever since. So I was on the Xbox One platform. And I never had the Xbox One X. I only had the Xbox One S. I never got the X until the Xbox Series. X console. This is when I became fully invested into Xbox. This is my Xbox era, right? So I never got the Xbox One. I went from the 360 to the One S, straight into the Series X. And then I stopped playing Xbox and console altogether, and I finally got my first PC. Now, I've still had an Xbox since then, right? And like, I know there's going to be some people in chat who's like, well, what about the Nintendo Switch? Listen, Nintendo Switch, I don't count as a console. I really don't. It's handheld convenience with console features. It is not a console. It'll never play like a console. It'll never keep up with console standards. It is just not that good. And that's coming from somebody who has the Switch 2, by the way. I have the Switch 2. It is in the other room. Fuck it. You know what? Because I know there's going to be somebody in the comments. No, you don't. Shut the fuck up. I'm telling you. I'm not bullshitting. Listen, this YouTube shit will pop off eventually, but I got my own fucking money, bro. If there's something I want, I get it, dude. I don't hesitate at all. Switch 2. For all the haters, Nintendo Switch 2. I have every console, every single one, including the PlayStation 5, which again, I'm not going to put on here simply because I literally only got the PlayStation 5 because I didn't want to wait for Black Myth Wukong to release on PC. Is officially doing its factory reset. I've said this many times. They needed to get back to focusing on what made Xbox great. Halo, Gears, getting back to making the exclusives great again. And it seems Asha Sharma is doing that. Everybody at Xbox, for 3,200 of those stupid motherfuckers, are getting absolutely nuked. 1,600 were eliminated the day she released this email. 1,600. So thank you, Asha Sharma, for absolutely doing what was necessary. Maybe not what was good, but necessary. So she's gutting everyone. Absolutely gutting everyone. So it is finally time that we bring everybody back to the table. Activision, Bethesda, Blizzard, King, Mojang. We are finally getting to the point to where she's going through and she's auditing these companies. Well, not companies. She's auditing these studios and she's saying, you need to fucking perform. We have let you go and do your thing and be creative and do this and that and whatever. But at some point, you're mismanaging everything, right? Because if you let these people just go off and do whatever the fuck they want, then you're basically tanking your entire business based off of their ability to perform. But when performance means that it takes 10, 12, 15, 20 fucking years to put out a new game, at what point is that just welfare for video games? Like, it is about fucking time. About fucking time you have somebody going in there doing quality control. As you can see right here, we are establishing a chief operating officer. Somebody to go in there and say, you guys are wasting fucking time. You're wasting resources. Why is this part of the game not done? You need to focus. Get locked in. Right? That's good. That's good. This is Xbox finally returning to form, finally healing. We're getting rid of all these fake positions. And I did see a lot of the, look right here, today in some parts of the company, work passes through as many as 14 layers of management. What did I say before about bloat, about mismanagement, about games don't need to be more expensive? We need to be auditing these companies because they're doing shit wrong. This is exactly what I was talking about. All this money that they're wasting paying these fucking useless morons that all want to have a say. When you have too many cooks in the kitchen, nothing's going to get cooked right because everybody has their own way of how they want to fucking do it. You can't do that, man. There's a reason why a restaurant has a head chef. There's a reason why a studio should have a single developer that is the vision. He is the one who is giving you the plan. Everybody else is simply there to execute on that plan. You need to cut the fat. And this was the fat. And they're finally doing it. They're finally doing it. That's so good. That's so good. And PlayStation is doing this as well. They are not nearly as open about it, but it is pretty easy to find simply looking it up. So it is good to see that gaming is returning to the absolute monstrosity that made it what it is today. We're finally getting that reset that we needed. Oh my God. W. Asha Sharma, W. Xbox. It's good to see that we're getting back to what made Xbox great. E-Day is looking good. Now if Halo can come out and produce like it's supposed to, I swear to God if it doesn't, if Combat Evolved flops, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Moving on. IGN is the most roller coaster heavy journalist studio of all time, because I can't call them a games journalist studio because they have some of the worst takes of all time. But that's right. Blood of Dawn Walker. They got a hands-on preview of the game. Let's get into it. Let's see if they actually review the game as it should have been reviewed.
Monster.
Polish developer Rebel Wolves has worn a confident face since it first revealed The Blood of Dawnwalker early last year. The blood-soaked reveal trailer featured a gorgeously grisly cutscene, an unmistakably Slavic score, and a snapshot of a sprawling medieval open world. Crafted by many of the minds behind The Witcher 3, everything we've seen since has effectively proclaimed that this new vampire RPG intends to fight in the same leagues as CD Projekt Red's best. My recent visit to Rebel Wolves was something of a proving ground then. Until now, all access to
the last time that I saw gameplay about this game, it does look like it needs a bit of fleshing out. So I am curious now how far they've come along with that.
The Blood of Dawnwalker had been hands-off, but for this IGN First demonstration, I'd be playing for 4 hours straight, beginning with selecting Start New Game from the main menu. 240 minutes later, my long-held feelings were mostly confirmed. The Blood of Dawnwalker has plenty of that Witcher magic, but it fuels something with its own equally interesting identity.
We need to get back home. Father will be worried.
Father's already there.
By starting from the game's very beginning, the first 3 hours of this demo covered much of the same ground as my previous hands-off preview. Protagonist Cohen lives a small-town life in the Carpathian Valley of Vale Sangora, an area ruled by vampires who have freed the people from plague and taxes in exchange for a monthly blood tithe. The next is due tonight, and Dawnwalker's approach to time, there's only so much of it, represented by a sort of currency that you spend to push forward quests, means that you can only complete so many objectives before the ominous Bloodmass begins. But playing this prologue on my own terms allowed me to explore much more of Cohen's village.
I still don't know how I feel about the whole time thing. I feel like as long as it's forgiving enough, it's not going to be a big deal. But there is a good chance that it could be fucking absolutely annoying.
Than I'd seen before, and even rearranged the details of his story. Whatever Rebel Wolves had shown me previously, I did the complete opposite. This began with Gremla, a distraught woman whose cries had been ignored during the hands-off.
The Kenyas will go mad with rage! Rage!
She'd been sewing a tapestry banner in honor of the vampire's leader, Brentsis, and it was due to be displayed at the evening's Bloodmass, but it's been stolen. Thus begins what is effectively a tour of the village, introducing a number of characters who would otherwise have blended into the background as you interrogate suspects, cross-examine their statements, and use a focus vision ability to assess footprints and trails. As a tutorial quest, it's practically on rails, bouncing you from villager to villager as you narrow down the guilty party. But it's a clear demonstration that, like Geralt before him, Cohen will need to play detective from time to time. And when you find the culprit, it's up to you how to deal with them. The situation is far from obvious, and your choice twists one of the prologue's key events. While The Blood of Dawnwalker makes no distinction between main and side quests, the prologue does have one storyline that feels more critical. A quest that tasks me to find medicinal herbs for Cohen's sick mother takes me to the House of Anka, a local witch who appears destined to become one of Dawnwalker's romantic options. While the writing is pretty solid across the whole breadth of this preview demo, the dialogue between Cohen and Anka is the highlight. There's genuine affection between the two of them, delivered without ever dipping into corniness or obnoxious flirtation. As I dig deep,
Oh, I like to hear that. Oh, I like to hear that. The whole corniness, fucking dumb shit. Please, please be out of this game. I swear to God. Oh,
deeper through the quest's dialogue trees, Anka makes multiple references to being an old woman, despite looking no older than 30.
That's what love is. Apparently.
Apparently.
I may be a wise
oh my God, dude. It's literally just Witcher 3 again, and I'm so fucking here for it, dude.
old woman, Cohen.
It's a subtle combination of both character and world building. Plague and hardship means no one lives long around here, and Anka's role as the local healer has made her wise beyond her years. A sudden storm forces the two of us inside, and I'm given the option to spend extra time with Anka by studying her books. I cannot be late for the evening's Bloodmass, and so I only have the daylight hours to complete Cohen's chores, a period represented by a HUD element split into 8 segments. Most of the prologue's quests consume one segment, but choosing to extend my stay with Anka will effectively double the cost of this task. I was already fascinated by Dawnwalker's time as a resource system, but it's here where I can really see how it will demand interesting choices from us. Is it worth spending time that could be utilized elsewhere to deepen my relationship with a paramour? For now, I entertain Cohen's awkward infatuation, and even invite Anka to study some salacious literature with me. Perhaps this means I won't have time for a quest that provides a more significant material reward later on in the day, but love never did come without sacrifice. With a pocket full of herbs and a heart full of butterflies, I leave Anka's Stormdravage hut and head back home to administer the remedy to Cohen's mother. Completing that task has a significant impact on the prologue. It doesn't exactly branch the narrative, but the resulting events in my demo are notably different to what I witnessed in the hands-off. It's all too significant to spoil here, but it seems like Rebel Wolves has found a way to change the story's stakes and Cohen's emotional connection to them without having to totally rewrite the Blood of Dawnwalker's core plot. I suspect some players will perceive this as a bit of narrative trickery that makes no genuine impact. I'll reserve such a judgment until I see how the outcome of this quest ripples through the whole campaign, but for now I feel pretty positive about how the consequences of your actions are handled here. By the prologue's end, Cohen has become the titular Dawnwalker, a man by day and a vampire by night. And with the first elements of his toolset unlocked, I'm thrown into the open world of Vale Sangora. From what I can see, the valley is large without threatening to over.
Man. That looks fucking awesome. Kind of like this kind of more of a cartoony paper aesthetic to the more artistic look of the map. It's different. It's different.
Overwhelm. There's a lot of ground to cover, which you can do so by magically increasing your run speed during the day or by transforming into a wolf when the moon rises. But the world doesn't appear large enough to turn this into a Skyrim that you'll be exploring for hundreds of hours over multiple.
I do need to see some combat. I need to see some combat. I need to see what's going on. Did they kind of get it more dialed in?
Years. The small section of the map I explored had several activities, but sadly Rebel Wolves didn't provide us with footage of any of them. However, you can read all about what I got up to in the full written preview on IGN.com, which involved fighting this bear and following this luminescent wisp to the scene of a lover's death. Almost all the open world errands involved Dawnwalker's unusual combat system, which is fully directional, akin to games like For Honor and Kingdom Come Deliverance. When an enemy swings their sword from the left, you push the right analog stick to move your blade to meet theirs. When your foe guards low, you hoist your weapon above your head and strike downwards. It's a little tricky to master and demands a lot of concentration. Thankfully, you can effectively break down the system into pieces and graduate through it. By tapping just the block or attack button, Cohen will strike or defend from all angles at the cost of more stamina. You can start there, and when you've become more confident, begin to introduce the directional elements, and later finally start tapping block at the last second to score some very satisfying perfect parries. When it all comes together, there's
I think it looks okay. I think it looks okay. I think one of the biggest turnoffs for me was for The Witcher 3. I still completed the game, still played through the game. The game's phenomenal, right? But one of the biggest turnoffs for me was the combat style. That whole like dancing combat style was not for me. This seems to be similar to that, except it has a more like you said in the review, it has like a big like level change element to it, which I'm not that keen on, if I'm being honest. I feel like a game like this could do with a bit more of a Crimson Desert style, like a bit more of a hack and slash, but can definitely be more, I guess, what would you call it? Floaty. It could be more of a floating combat, right? Where it's kind of where the essence of the combat in like you getting the upper hand is in the details. I'm not even sure if like that's I just don't know like the best way to describe it. Like I'm trying to think of a game that's like on point for that I could use as an example here. Well, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think it's just like too much in one direction, like really limits like how well the game plays, right? So it'd be like For Honor is like so strict with like the level changing and the specific parries for these specific type of attacks. That amount of specific combat gameplay style is going to very much limit a game, especially when it comes to having multiple enemies around you. And it can definitely make it feel bad. So I think a more of a floating hack and slash element to the game would feel a little bit better, but you could still have that kind of more of a detailed finesse gameplay where you can't just straight up hack and slash through it. You still have to do some bit of strategic maneuvering to get to a solid combo to land. Oh, Where Winds Meet. Where Winds Meet. That was the game I was looking for. A Where Winds Meet combat style, I think, would go very well with this game. Now, obviously, this is heavily inspired from The Witcher, so I do expect more of a Witcher gameplay style. But it is nice that they tweaked it a little bit just to kind of give it a more of its own feel.
There's a real rhythm to the combat, especially in single opponent duels, but an unexpected blow or an additional assailant joining the melee could easily knock me out of that rhythm, and the consequences were fatal. It's very difficult to heal mid-battle. I was exploring at night, so I had access to my vampire skills, but the neck chomping ability only restores Cohen's health by a fraction, and its cooldown feels like an eternity when you're on the knife edge between life and death. Combine this with enemies that all feel like they have health pools 15%.
Definitely still looks a bit clunky, if I'm being honest. The combat definitely looks a bit clunky. I think of a bit more of a finesse style, more of a Where Winds Meet style, I think would suit this game very well, where you can still do the hack and slash, but you still have a fair bit of strategic finesse you can use in order to kind of get it to essentially just get it to elevate as a combat system.
Too deep, and repeat encounters against 6 or so soldiers at a time, and I found the combat system's strong foundations eventually became arduous. By the end of my hour in the open world, I was feeling fairly burnt out on Dawnwalker's swordplay.
Yep. That is a fair take.
That's not to say I want to avoid combat entirely. The fundamentals of battle are strong, and while the demo's later encounters felt drawn out, there's every chance that new inventory items and skill unlocks may well balance it all out, and further experience with the system may wash those worries away. But even if swordplay remains iffy, well, that was the thorn in The Witcher 3's side, wasn't it? And so it's the quality of the quests, the writing, and that time as a resource structure that interests me the most. And, after having experienced it all for myself, I remain confident that The Blood of Dawnwalker is the next RPG worth paying very close attention to. For more from The Blood of Dawnwalker, check.
That was my biggest fear, was that they didn't fully fledge out the combat. So, it is what it is, though. I mean, The Witcher 3, it was the same thing. Like, I was not a fan of The Witcher 3 combat, but I still completed the game, right? The game's awesome. So, it is what it is. But that is it for the IGN review of The Blood of Dawnwalker. Moving on from that, we have probably the most exciting collaboration I have ever wanted. Apex Legends and Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Let's get into it.
Cyberware, it sounds amazing. It feels amazing. But they don't tell you what it costs.
You alright, mate? Hey, you hear me? What's the matter with you?
No fucking way! Wait. Was that Pan Am? No way. No, that was Loba, wasn't it? It was Loba with like a fucking Pan Am's like style. What? That's insane. See?
Hello, user. You may call me Skippy.
Speed, power, endurance. They're all right here. Just don't let it go to
No way!
Put in my team.
So it's not just Edge Runners. I'm not seeing shit. Yo!
Control or power? The choice is yours. Ah, look at that. Okay, guns up.
Oh dear. Another ruthless kill. Your childhood must have been terrible.
Oh, that's insane. Oh my god. Bro, and it's so fitting. It's so fitting for Apex because they have a similar aesthetic style to them. But it was insane to see that they have fucking V, the main character from 2077 in the game. And then I'm still like I can't figure out if this is Loba or if it's is that Loba or is that Pan Am? They look so fucking close. It's insane. Like it's got to be Loba, right? Surely. Man, in having these guys in as playable characters or skins or whatever it is, I'm so ready. I'm so fucking ready. Dude, this month is so insane, dude. Moving on from Apex Legends Cyberpunk event. Oh my god. I'm so ready, dude. I'm gonna spend so much fucking money on this game. It's ridiculous. We are moving on to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 Final Chapter. It's the only DLC you're gonna get for the game until it's gone for good. Here we go.
Yo! I've been waiting. What a pain. You're so disgustingly selfless. But I wanted to stop by and talk to you. Because it might be the last chance we get.
Oh, he's corrupted.
This power won't just protect history. It will also protect all life within
Supreme Kai
history
of Time,
as well.
also corrupted.
Isn't it grand?
Oh my god.
What kind of trick is this? Wait, Goku? What is this? What's happening to you?
Goku, new form?
Now, it's time for you to witness the fruits of my research.
Now that's creepy.
17! 17! If this keeps up, everyone will disappear.
You're getting fucked up. Oh my god. Bro's crashing out. Oh my god, from the very beginning. Yes.
Great news! You've been chosen for that big mission.
To get history back on track, we've taken down all kinds of foes. Time and time again.
Sir.
We didn't only meet enemies in those time periods we visited. Those who also believed in justice. History. The future.
It's so good. No way. No way. New form?
That's it all.
Are they finally giving us an awoken skill?
This is goodbye. I had a fun life. Thanks to you.
Bro. Oh my god. Oh, an extra mission, a couple parallel quests, additional moves, Super Soul, new stage, 8 loading screens, and 2 things yet to be revealed. New info every day to launch. Oh my god, and they even have a roadmap for other games. Oh wait, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 2027. Yo. The DLC drops tomorrow. Man. It is so crazy to see that this is it. I've spent so much time playing this game, making different builds, having fun, role playing the different characters. It's so insane to see that this game has had such an insane impact on my life, bro. Man, if you guys can, if you haven't played Xenoverse 2, man, you gotta go back and play it. Especially now that we're finally getting the full conclusion of the story where you can play start to finish. You won't be interrupted. Wow. Fucking insane. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is so good. Oh, it's been a long time coming, man. That's going to be it, though, for today's patch notes. We had a lot of catching up to do, a lot to talk about. Wow. But I will catch you guys on the next video. And there will be a section of this video that got cut out. So, like, subscribe, comment, do all that good shit because I'm a dumbass and I didn't change this scene. So it was just me talking to the camera like this for an extended amount of time, and you guys couldn't even see what the fuck I was talking about. So that part is gonna get cut out. So when you see the hard cut, that's why. My bad. We'll get it next time, boys. We'll get it next time. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later. Peace.